Hello, everyone. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment saying where you're from and when you watched. That way, YouTube will continue to show you stories like this. Now, let's get started. Asterisk after Sarah disappeared, the atmosphere at school changed dramatically. The usually noisy hallways became strangely quiet, and students whispered about the mysterious disappearance. Teachers assured them that the police were doing their best, but no one believed that an 8th grade girl could suddenly disappear without a trace. Fear spread like an epidemic. Michael, Kevin, and Lisa kept their secret in silence. All three knew that anyone who heard the story of the mirror ritual would think it was a lie. But in their hearts, each of them was deeply haunted. Lisa cried every night, dreaming of that pale hand pulling Sarah into the mirror. Kevin was so scared that he didn't dare look in the mirror every time he washed his face. Michael was tormented because he was the one who initiated it, bringing that haunted book to class. A week passed. The incident gradually calmed down in the eyes of adults, but to the students, the rumors became more and more terrifying. Some people said they saw Sarah's shadow wandering the school hallways at night. Some swore they saw her face flashing in the girls' bathroom mirror. All of this only added to the creepy and haunting atmosphere of the school. One afternoon after school, Lisa accidentally walked through the empty hallway. When she passed the mirror hanging near the stairs, she caught a glimpse of her own reflection that didn't match her real movements. Her heart clenched, her legs trembled. For a split second, the shadow in the mirror tilted its head slightly. A faint smile flashed across it, but Lisa stood motionless. When she turned away, the hallway was still empty. Only a chill ran down her spine. Lisa immediately told Michael and Kevin. Both were shocked. Kevin confessed that a few days ago, when he looked in the bathroom mirror at home, he heard a tapping sound from behind the glass. Michael didn't hide it anymore. He said he kept dreaming of Sarah standing in the mirror, her black eyes empty, raising her hands for help. The three began to believe that the ritual had not ended. The shadow they had summoned was still around, and Sarah had been trapped inside the mirror. The truth terrified them, but they did not dare to share it with anyone. One night, Michael decided to open the old notebook again. The yellow light of the desk lamp illuminated the faint lines. Flipping through the pages, he discovered a scribbled note at the end. When the ritual is interrupted, the spirit will not return. It will hide in the mirror, hunting for the eyes of the summoner. Only by repeating the ritual with the original. For people can the door be opened again. Michael was stunned. The original 4 were now only 3. Sarah was missing, so how could the ritual be completed? He sat there for hours, his mind in turmoil between fear and guilt. Meanwhile, Kevin began to show strange signs. He often lost focus in class, occasionally staring into space. Friends saw Kevin whispering to himself, as if talking to someone. One time, Lisa caught him standing in front of the mirror in the lab, smiling strangely. When Lisa called, Kevin was startled. His eyes were red as if he hadn't slept for days. Lisa panicked and told Michael. They both believed that Kevin was being pulled in by something, just like Sarah before. The shadow in the mirror seemed to be trying to replace him, to lure in new victims. They both decided to stop him before it was too late. That night, they arranged to meet Kevin at the school library, hoping to convince him to stop looking in the mirror. But when they got there, Kevin was already sitting. In front of him was Michael's notebook, which he didn't know why it was there. His eyes were empty. His voice was steady, as if it came from far away. Kevin said that Sarah was still alive, and and he heard her calling from the mirror every night. He believed that if they repeated the ritual, they could save Sarah. Michael panicked and snatched the notebook back, yelling that it was just a trap. But Kevin didn't listen. He shouted, thinking that his friends didn't understand and were abandoning Sarah. The heated argument made Lisa cry. At that moment, a mirror hanging at the end of the library cracked. Everyone looked toward it. The glass shook, a new crack appeared that stretched like a red line of blood, and in the mirror, a blurry figure appeared, a face identical to Sarah's, but distorted eyes, lifeless. The figure moved its lips slightly, as if calling Kevin's name. No one doubted it anymore. Sarah still existed somewhere inside the mirror, but it wasn't the Sarah they knew. What was calling out was a monstrous mixture of their friends' souls and the darkness outside. The three of them were stunned, then panicked and ran out of the library. But from that moment, they understood that this terrible game was not over. It was going further, and the price to pay could be even more terrible than Sarah's disappearance. At night, when Michael lay in bed, he dreamed of the mirror again. This time it was not just Sarah, but himself, Kevin, and Lisa, all standing next to each other, but with dark eyes and twisted smiles. Michael woke up with a start, cold sweat running down his back. The darkness in the room made him shiver. But the worst thing was when Michael caught a glimpse of the mirror by his desk. There, he saw himself standing, but the face in the mirror did not move. It just smiled coldly, its eyes filled with menace. The story does not end here. Stay tuned for the next episode to see what happens when the shadow in the mirror starts to reach out from the other world.